top priority program of the present administration is poverty reduction at the grassroots level, applying the Rural Purok initiative, which saw great successes. Benchmarking on these successes is a strategy of maintaining peace and security in the province. Thus, the Countryside Development Program through the Purok Power Movement came into existence.
Kining atong Purok Power Movement nga gi-adapt ni Governor Edgar Chato karon sa iyang administration, it started with the Balilihan Countryside Action Program with the Department of Health. They organized the clusters of households, mga neighboring households into clusters, or they call that Puroks. And then they elected from among the members of that Purok anybody nga maoy mo head sa Purok, and then napot siya ay secretary nga mo keep sa record. And the only service they delivered was health. When Edgar went around, ang iyang style sa una kay mobile government, he goes from barangay to barangay together with the heads of offices. Iyang nakita dito kanang mga cluster houses, kanang Purok Yusko, may nga na. Nung tanan siya, dok, unsa man ni nga kanang lawi ko kaan sa gituanan nga. Mao na among gigamit to deliver services sa health. Unsa may pamaagi, mao tong only health. And unsa kay maayo dok, we will add more services to it. Aside from health, which is the first service nga gi-deliver, we add 6 more services. So pag-abot pa sa inini ang pamaagi, nalipay ang mga kapitan, nalipay ang mga health katong other sectors, kay sayon raman nilang atuon.
CDP-PPM was created and institutionalized through Provincial Ordinance Number 36, Series of 2011, sponsored by Honorable Crispina Vergara and co-sponsored by Vice Governor Concepcion Lim. It was signed on December 15, 2011, and implemented through Executive Order Number 31, Series of 2011, signed by Governor Chato on December 29, 2011. The CDP-PPM was implemented through the spirit of cooperation and convergence of efforts of the provincial government of Bohol, the Armed Forces of the Philippines, the Department of Interior and Local Government, and the Philippine National Police under Oplan Bayanihan. The program was formally launched on July 22, 2011, at the Bohol Cultural Center, witnessed by the municipal local chief executives and other stakeholders. The launching was followed by a series of organizational meetings among offices in the provincial government.
The overarching framework of Bohol's development program is anchored on the basic principle that man is the focus of development. And because of such focus, it is necessary to strengthen all the mechanisms that will deliver services to enhance the quality of life of every Purok. The Purok is the smallest and most basic unit in the structures of social governance in the province of Bohol today, composed of neighborhood groups from 20, 30, 40 households engaged in governance among themselves, consist also of members that will form the totality of all the population in the entire village or barangay.
The prosperity team is composed of community organizers, soldiers, and policemen who are trained to focus on the Purok Power Movement's activities that ensure human security, and that is to bring the government closer to the people and ensure that the government also stays with the people. This is the essence of the people-centered approach to peace and development.
The Countryside Development Program of the provincial government has 7 components which are cascaded to the countryside through the Purok system. They are health and sanitation, education, culture and technology, agriculture and food security, tourism and livelihood, peace, security, information system, disaster risk reduction and management, infrastructure, the utilization, protection, and management of land and natural resources, and projects for the youth, women, senior citizens, and people with disabilities. The essence of the Purok Power Movement is embodied in its elements, which also serve as its guiding principles. It empowers the people, consults the community, and enshrines participation. It encourages a culture of volunteerism and capacitates volunteers. It espouses the process of collecting accurate feedback, which leads to inclusive growth and a quick response to relevant needs. It delivers accurate information, converges service providers, self-governance and administration, values formation, self-help, and household savings, and creates a framework of cooperation among a multitude of levels, sectors, and agencies.
Department of the Interior and Local Government or DILG nag-auhag sa atong mga barangay nga paligunon ang mga purok kaya pinaagi sa purok ang mga serbisyo sa gobyerno mapahatod, mapadangat diretso sa mga katawhan.
Countryside Development Program, Purok Power Movement in the province of Bohol. Empower the people dahil naka-in place na yung mga purok natin. Trabaho namin ay napadali because not only in the level of barangay, we went down to the smallest unit of the community, which is the Purok. With our program against the illegal drugs, napadali namin to because yung mga tao sa Purok, they really assist. Tinulungan nila kami, especially with the information. Kaya napapadali sa amin na identification ng mga tao na involved sa illegal na Bohol.
Ang Countryside Development Program, Purok Power Movement, ay isang programa ng Provincial Government of Bohol kung saan ay na-operationalize natin yung tinatawag nating whole of nation approach. Ito ang tunay na essence ng tinatawag nating bayanihan kung saan ang Armed Forces of the Philippines, Philippine National Police, yung Provincial Government of Bohol at ang iba't ibang ahensya ng gobyerno na nandito sa Bohol ay nagtutulong-tulong upang tugunan ang mga pangailangan doon sa down to the Purok level ay pinupuntahan namin yan upang alamin ang mga issues na nananatili doon sa mga kababayan natin doon sa Purok. At ito ay tinutugunan ng lahat ng ahensya ng gobyerno dito sa pamamagitan ng pagtutulong-tulong, paggawa ng mga programa upang lahat ng ito ay ma-resolve sa ating probinsya. Na-insulate natin yung barangay from security threats na maaring magtangkapang pumasok dito sa ating area of operation.
The pro teams conducted community organizing and strengthening of existing puroks by organizing sectoral working committees. The pro teams gathered issues and concerns through house-to-house visitations and facilitated dialogues between the residents and the different concerned government agencies. After facilitating and empowering the people in the puroks, the pro teams facilitated the handover of assistance of the provincial government through delivery of basic services and other programs and projects.
Addressing basic services for marginalized groups, including the youth and the women's sector. All these are addressed within the framework of their own committees at the Purok level, where the chairman and its officers of the Purok take a lead in addressing basic needs that can be also definitely find solutions in their own level. But those that will have difficulty being addressed, they are moved up to the higher layers of government or even the private sector so that the communities will be given the support and help they need. People empowerment is the name of the game. Purok Network is the strategy. People participation and synergy are the essential elements that brings about the best in every human being to contribute to the larger community.
So sa Sikatuna adunay 120 ka mga purok. So dinhi sa atong Sikatuna ang atong simbahan ug atong munisipyo gakuyog ug dito na sa purok tuwa to sila aktibo kay tuwa mo to sila dali nga makahimo og meeting sa ilang mga purok.
Ang among barangay maoy pinakaunang nasudlan sa pro team. So dako pasalamat ang among barangay maoy gihatagan og unang beneficiary sa pro team.
Stronger Puroks links also towards stronger governance at the barangay level, where the barangay captain is able to mobilize resources of the community as well as community participation in governance itself. But most basic, the Purok in the province of Bohol is viewed as a mechanism of strengthening people empowerment, as every individual is given a chance to take part in governance within the Purok and likewise contribute its bigger share to the larger community of the barangay, which also contributes to the totality of man's basic needs being addressed at the bigger community of the municipality, city, and eventually the whole province.
Building sustainable communities is done by organizing the Purok sectoral working committees and their volunteers, and also recognizing the invaluable support and contribution of the local government units through the Puroks. Through the sectoral working committee volunteers, the Puroks are able to unite against illegal drugs, establish a community information system, practice household-level food sufficiency measures, strengthen preparedness towards disaster risk reduction and management, promote environmental management, keep the neighborhood healthy by working on good nutrition and health care, prevent and control rabies, protect the vulnerable sector, promote youth leadership, and forge effective partnerships, organize intelligence network, ward off terrorism.
Together, we stood up and measured ourselves against the threat. And for this, we pay our homage to the acts of bravery and patriotism exemplified by our people, and for being worthy sons and daughters of them who came.
Purok is not just an address, it is not just a shelter place. Purok is not just a name, it is actually a living community by itself. The Purok power movement in the province of Bohol is now gaining grounds, addressing the basic human needs that needs to be addressed. And the most important part of it, it's not government alone that can address all the concerns of people, but an empowered population can indeed be the first line of defense to address man's basic needs. We hope that this strategy can also inspire not only the Boholano community, but other communities as well, to find ways of means of bringing in new innovations with our own individual and collective experiences, and likewise studying the behaviors, customs, and traditions of people, and bring out the best of ourselves. Thank you, and enjoy your visit to Bohol.